Hello everybody, this is TechStack here. Hey guys, guess what? We're back in the mod and I've got a late Christmas present from ProRed. Thank you, Red. This is awesome. If you see here, we now have a proper texture for a piece of corn. Looks like it's a little big in the world, but that's fine. We can fix that with the block state files and all that stuff. Block models. But look at this stuff grow. Let's get some bone meal here. Awesome. Grow it through the different states if we can. Oh, we can start to see the corn cropping onto it. Nice. That must be fully grown. Yeah, that's a fully grown one. It doesn't have the brown texture to it, like what wheat and stuff does, or even corn in the real world. But that's okay. It looks better. It blends in with Minecraft better, right? Which is always good. So let's see how this looks in an inventory. A bunch of stacks. Yeah, I think this will do just fine. This is awesome. Okay, so this makes me want to push this up to live on the server, so we got something that looks more like actual corn in the game. What else can we do here? Let me look at my Trello real quick. Let's see, can I clear this? Chat history. No, I cannot. Can I clear this? Hey, bro. I got your corn. I've already got it in the game. Looks cool. Thank you.
I was just feeling like texturing something.
Hey, if you're ever in the mood to make textures, feel free. You did awesome. I just dropped the files and there was nothing I had to do. You had the file names all perfect and everything, so it's great. If you're watching the stream at all, I've got it on the screen in game. You can see the different heights and everything.
I did see it already.
Okay, cool.
I just made a texture pack and...
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot you could do that in vanilla. Hey Tater.
Hello.
Let's see, so what else can I do? I need to add the name for the corn. It's never had an official name. It's always said cornbot, whatever. What is it? Item.cornseed. Wait, does it not say machine mod? Oh, that's wrong. That's not good. If I change that now, it's going to be a problem for us. Set a localized name. Set registry name. So info's right. Let's check a look at info. Set registry name. Set a localized name. Sheet mod. Get a localized name. That's interesting. So it doesn't say machine mod in front of it, which makes me think it's registered wrong. Can I give myself that? Give TechStack machine mod corn seed. Okay, it's registered, right? But it's given item.cornseed instead of item.machine.mod cornseed. Got to turn my music back on. Look at the block states, maybe? That wouldn't be it. Hmm. I mean, I can give it the name with that other name, but it's has me concerned something's not registered right. Because it should say machine mod, I believe. Not item.cornseed. See if I can F3T this. And it says corn seed now. Really? So the unlocalized name is wrong. What? Why aren't you opening up Eclipse? Set localized name is setting it to the registry. And that's for the machine mod type. Does machine mod have an extra function? No, it's only getting the unlocalized name. Ah, there it is. So we're not doing this stuff in the other class. That's what's wrong. This makes sense now. That should fix it in theory. And then let's close this out. It's just unlocalized, right? Yeah. So save this and we'll edit this back out. And see if that does it. Because if this works, then it shouldn't, fingers crossed, it shouldn't make it so that all the corn in the game disappears on our server. Which is what I'm trying to avoid right at the moment. And if it does, it's not the end of the world. We can always spawn more in, but I'd rather not. So let's see. Next version. Put that here. So we got the zero bug fixed for the machines, for like the distiller and all that. They should now actually show the values in them. There we go, it says corn seed. It didn't give me an error message, so we won't lose any items. That's good. So we've got a localized name now. So I'm gonna bring us down. So need to add the submarine. I want to test the elytra jets taking damage first, I think. Let's actually do a commit on what I just did. Added corn localized name and new texture from Pro Red. Okay, I'm gonna sync that up to GitHub. Once it's on GitHub, I'll merge that branch. There we go. Create a pull request. And merge it into the 112 branch. Create pull request. Merge pull request. Confirm merge. Okay. I can switch back over to 112 branch. Do a sync. And it should pull down the changes we just made from GitHub. Yep, merge pull request 103. Elytra jets. Corn stalks. Mod info, crusher. Yeah, that's good. That's all the changes. So 112 is now up to date finally on my system. So let's check about the elytra jets taking damage. So if we look at that armor, elytra jet, it's using, where's it at? Armor type material. So this, we need to do a call history on this. It's mod items probably. Yep. And we're using that specific armor material. And in this armor material, we're setting its durability and toughness. The toughness is 0. So let's go back to the item armor class. TOUGH. So damage. Get durability. Returns the damage reduction. 1 point is half a shield. No, that's not what we're looking for. There should be a method in here somewhere, I would think, that would say how much it's going to be damaged or something like that. Set color is repairable. Right click. Modifiers. As overlay. Let's see where this get durability is from. Call hierarchy. It's from there. So there's going to be a method on the actual entity, probably on an entity class itself, that's going to damage the armor of the wearer. Player entity. Let's go to its superclass. Dang it. Armor. Apply armor calculations. Reduces damage depending on armor. Let's see where those get called. It's called in damage entity on the living entity. Doesn't look like it actually does anything though. Maybe only the player's entities overriding that method though. Damage armor. So that's the amount of damage to give it. It calls damage item on each item's stack. So we'll see if that item has a damage item method we can override. So it's going to be an armor. Doesn't have it there, but it might be on the base item. It doesn't. item stack, maybe. Is item stack damageable? I could overwrite that. Maybe. Let's see, item.
Currently?
What's that?
Do you want to do currently?
What I'm trying to do is when you put on the elytra jet and fill it with fuel, the fuel basically gets depleted every time you get attacked by a mob, just like a normal damage value on any other armor. So I'm trying to stop a mob attack from damaging that specific piece of armor.
Okay.
So it's something on the actual stack, not the item, because items and item stacks are different. The item stack is damageable, and it's just returning. If it's empty, it's false. Else, if this item get max damage is less than 0, return false. Or if it has a get tag that says it's unbreakable. That could be how the elytra's doing it. Let me look at the item elytra. But that's on the stack again. Same, you look at the item armor. This not. Set. Has compound. Tag compound. As tag. Don't think that's a thing for an item. Yeah, it's not, because it's on an item stack, not an item, which are two different things. Gonna be something on an item that returns an item stack. It's not it. Okay, let's go to the parent class of this. Get item stack display name, get item stack limit. There's no tag and thing. So the only other way that we could prevent it from doing damage is to set its max damage value to 0 or less, which we're using for other things, so we can't do that. Or make it an empty stack, which we can't do that either. Attempts to damage the item stack with part 1 of the damage amount. But that just checks if it is damageable. It turns false if it's not. Check to see if it's got unbreakable on it, or unbreaking on it. It's the item stack damageable. That's not going to do me any good. Damage is the actual item. There's no damage source given, so I can't tell if it's a set damage item. That is on the item stack class still. But set damage isn't on the item class.
There's an interface that calls I special armor. Maybe that will help you. I have no idea.
I have to look at that, see what that does. I'm gonna try the set damage real quick, but I don't know if I'm calling it anywhere in my own code. Crap. Go back to it so I can get the method signature. So at override. So we'll just override it and then not actually do anything in it so it doesn't actually damage it. Now the question is, do I call it anywhere? So let's do call history. Doesn't look like it. So we might be okay, because I'm actually setting the item damage of the item stack. Oh crap, I am doing it. Dang. So that won't work, because I'll override my reducing the fuel when you're flying if I do that. And I have no reference to the player in this method, so that's no help to me. So I can't look to see if that player is flying and everything and then allow it. Oh, time for Google. Minecraft Forge prevent damage to armor. What's up?
In the interface I special armor, there's a method called damage armor, which you can override. Use.
Look.
If you make the Elytra Jetlags implement I special armor, you get that method.
Where's that interface though? My item property. Not seeing that interface in the normal list of items. Or into the item package at least. Or maybe it's a forge thing?
I think it is, yeah.
Eye special armor, there we go. This is armor classes. It will allow to modify components of damage and health loss. Computation will be called before the actual armor computation. Okay, thank you. Damage armor. Applies damage to the item stack. The mod is responsible for reducing the item durability of the stack size. If the stack is depleted, it will be cleaned up automatically. But it's a void, so it's just... Okay, let's try it. This one. Yeah, so we'll add this method. And we'll say, not abstract, we'll do at override. And we need to implement this interface. Like that. And it's got some other... Oh, I just gotta do the import. It's got other methods. Oh. Ah. Stupid small window. Get armor display. What's that about? My special armor. Get the displayed effect of armor. Returns the number of armor points for display, 2 per shield. Okay, so I want that to be 0. So it is 0. And then getting properties, what's that about? Right here. Choose modifiers to be used when calculating the armor damage. Armor will higher priority. I'm assuming that should be with. Will have damage applied to them before lower priority ones. Okay. If there are multiple pieces of armor with the same priority, damage will be distributed between them based on their absorption ratios. Higher priority for lower ones. So I want this to be a low priority one. Actually, I'm going to try and leave it a null to see if I can do that. I don't think it's going to let me get away with it, but we'll see. So we're not modifying the item stack at all. So in theory, that should not do the damage. It's just, is the damage going to go through when we call it ourselves, but that might be what damage source is about. Let's do a call hierarchy on that while we're doing this. Apply armor. Damage source. Source. Apply armor. Damage indies, the damage source there. It's a different kind of damaging though, so that might still work. And so let's get the belt on. Already got one on, okay. And its current damage value is 12351 because that's its fuel level. Let's chuck that one on the ground. Put that one on the ground. Do this. 2351. Let's find a mob. Zombie. Survival. Yep, just instantly crashed. That's what I was afraid of.
I think you can get away with creating a armor property object,
Yeah.
which they want, and setting the max value, which is the third parameter of the constructor, to 0.
Get my file open here. New that priority. We want it to be a low priority, so 0, I guess. The ratio, which I don't know what that is, so I'll set that to 0 for the moment, and then max. None of those make any sense to me. So, let's see what it says. Applies damage to the item stack. Armor property, so the priority doesn't say anything. Armor, toughness. Priority is the absorption ratio. Max is absorption max. I think everything needs to be 0. It's about absorption. We don't have any absorption going on. Let's do call hierarchy on the priority, see how it's used. Level.
When the downtown lights start to come out at night, we go insane, and when I arrive I start to lose my mind, I go insane.
Let's try it. See how it behaves and we'll go from there. I mean, there's errors. Oh. So I take it by how fast you found this. You've got code open somewhere, or something you're looking at.
I do, yeah. I forked your project on GitHub.
Okay. Okay, zombie. That's enough. Stop lagging on me. Jeez. Okay, how much damage do I have? 0. How's that 12, 351 before, so it worked. Awesome. Thank you for finding that. Cool. Another one finished then. Sorry, my wife's messaging me too. It's distracting me. I should check. Take damage from attacks. So that's going to be in the next version. Elytra jet no longer loses fuel from mob attacks. Let's go back and create it, or survival just for a minute. Come on, message, get off my screen. I want to make sure there's no shields there above my hotbar. Yeah, there's not. Good. 2.5 hearts of damage from a zombie. That sounds about right, probably. Adding the submarine model. That's on my to-do list for today. Planter and plow needs to be wider to match up with the harvester head. That's going to be getting in a blunder. Bug harvester, not getting all items. Let's do that one next. So this harvester one. So if I look at the combine entity, and we do its update piece, it's going to be doing an axis aligned bounding box and checking for collided entities within that, and that should be where it's picking up things, and it is. So this axis aligned bounding box needs to be widened because it's only going -4 and +4, which is what we're doing up here. Let's get us that harvester. And look at this, we got all this corn to test with. Fortunately, it's not all full grown though, so we'll need to get some bone meal out. Bones. Okay, so like that. So we're definitely inside that block. We're a little bit over on this block, but that's okay. So if I hit control and go forward, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks wide. Which makes sense because we're going -4 to 0 plus a +4, so that'd be 9 blocks. -4 +4. We pretty much got them all picked up. I mean, there's one that was in front, one that was in the back. from that spot. Maybe I need to change the forward offset. So let's see. We're doing negative X 0.5, positive X 0.5. So it's a 1 block wide area to be looking in. Y-wise, we're going from the ground level that it's sitting on to 1 high. And Z-wise, we're doing 1 half block each way. Just bump it up, say 0.75. That way if there's any rounding, if it's in a half block, that would definitely force it over the top. Because the actual block position would be different than the entity position. Come on. Picked them all up that time. Okay, obviously some of them weren't full grown. See there, it's where it's messed up. Let me back up a bit. It got it. So maybe I need to extend it back more, that bounding box. The problem is I don't know what's back. I can go 1 on this, that would increase it in every direction. I'm not opposed to picking up a little bit extra because it's not really going to be super noticeable, but will be noticeable is if it doesn't pick up enough. Because it's just annoying. It's out there. It's too far forward is a problem. Forward offset is 4.5. Forward offset -1. -1. We'll leave the other forward offset being normal. See how it does it. It's a nice big bounding box. It's got to pick things up in now. So it should be able to pick them up on the back side of that, almost. Like, if it breaks the block here, it'd pick items up clear back to here now. At least that's the idea. Good test if you're driving backwards with it, probably. Picked it up. Yeah, that's better. Find out when I get broke though. It's full grown. Let's plant another row of corn and test one more time. Zombie, get off my crops. Oops. Dang it. Oh, hang on a sec. My daughter came in. Wanted to tell me that she was out playing in the snow. We got about, I would say about 3 inches overnight of snow. And it's the real light, fluffy snow that just blows around real easy. It's so cold out today. Let's just drive all the way through it. There's nothing on the sides this time, which is what was happening before. There was a lot of corn that was dropping on the sides. I mean, this dropped in the water just because we couldn't go into the water. That looks better to me. So we'll call that as needs more testing, which we'll do on the server real easy because we can just drive right down that huge strip of corn we've got, or wheat or whatever it is. So what's next?
Do you actually have a test server set up for this now?
Yes, I do. And
I must have missed that.
you want the pack?
Sure. Was that what Airbrat was talking about last night or something?
Don't know.
I saw the messages, but
Wasn't here when Airbrat was on, I guess. Oh no, but the pack is all of the mods except for mine are the stable and not gonna change, at least for right now. But my pack mod, every time I do a commit to the master branch, it auto builds, and then I just stop the server and it automatically picks up that new build. So I will get you where the main pack is a zip file. Here we go. Just message you this. Is there no easy way to like just message? There we go. So that's the main pack itself. And then my brain can work. TSCraft, there we go. Last stable build. This is the link that you can always get the latest version from. So right now on the server, right this second, it's 246 build. But once I end up committing this today and stopping and restarting the server, then it'll be 147. So you'd have to download the new version. So you want to keep that second link handy because you'll need to go back to it every time we update.
okay. All right.
So let's see. Make trail entities work. I think that one's going to be low priority. Saw blade, chopper bird recipe. Yeah. Fix bagger recipe. That's a pretty easy one to do. I guess let's add the new submarine recipe that Blue Boy sent me. Or not recipe, but the oh, those words are eluding me again. Model. Jeez. Where's my Chrome download location? Excuse me. I have to close the game. Resources, models. There we go. It's submarine OBJ and submarine MTO. Put both of those into here. Copy files. And then launch Blender. Hopefully they don't need too much cleanup. Delete. Import wavefront. The model's foiled, or it's called submarine. Oh dang, it's the wrong file name. Okay, let me fix that. Source main, resources, assets, machine mod, models, sub. So we sub with lowercase s. So now if I do this, sub, import. Oh, and it's a way off center, that's gonna be fun. I can't go into edit mode because it's multiple objects. It's only 9 of them though. Okay, good. So let's rotate it 90. Scale it to 0.10%. Do I join all these objects and then do it? I'm probably gonna have to. Control J, it's all one object now, so I go to edit mode. And from top view, grab in the x-axis, grab in the y-axis. And then do front. That's probably pretty good. So it sits right on top of that dot. Lots of faces. How many faces are we dealing with? 71,000. See, so if I select that and hit L, and let's do limited dissolve. It actually did a pretty good job that time. Control Tab, Edge. Dissolve edges. So we're down to 66,000, so we dropped 5,000 just by doing that. Cool. This may not be too bad this time. Limited dissolve. Link. Limited dissolve. Five degrees. 64,000. Oh gosh. That's before I fix it. Limited dissolve is better. Let's bump that up to maybe 10 degrees. It's just the way that program makes a sphere. It's gonna be where the majority of the faces are, so I have to do this though. I'm gonna dissolve. We'll keep it at 10. Limited dissolve on these, but actually 10's not too bad looking. I'm gonna leave it at 10. And we're down to 29,000 from 71,000. Getting there. Limited dissolve on that.
faces on that sphere.
Yeah. Yeah. This whole thing just has a lot of faces. For the amount of geometry it's actually exposed, it's got a lot of faces. So I imagine, too, if I were to take this linked object and grab it, like half of that cylinder isn't even seen for the most part. I guess it's seen right there. There's like a quarter of it's not seen, right? So if you go like this in front view, so like if I take and selected all of that and deleted that portion right there, no one would even know. So those are faces that your graphics card has to render, but you don't get any benefit for. It's just there's no easy way to grab them, I don't think. Maybe there is. Do this really fine like that. Delete the faces. You don't notice the difference. But that's only like 10 faces. Let's see, can I dot around that whole thing? Link, nope. Like those, dot that. Looking for any lines or imperfections that you can see in the model when you're in this mode, because they tend to show up in game too. Like right there, I can see that line right there. So those edges need to be dissolved. Sometimes.
Are you gonna make it so the propellers spin while you're driving? Riding.
I might as well. He's got them as separate objects. Or he did, until I just joined them into this one. Let's see, so it's separate, I think separate. There we go. A selection. L, P, selection. So call it prop left. Call that one prop right. And then just call this body, I guess. And something I learned, which I wasn't on stream. There's a way that you can set transparency inside of a OBJ file. And I learned how to render a transparent object. So we could technically make glass inside of all of these machines and render it transparent. Like I was experimenting with how to draw a semi-transparent laser beam, and that's how I figured out how to do it. So we could add some window panes to these kind of things, but I think for now I'm not going to, because this is going to add to the geometry of it. But maybe in a future version we can do that. So if I'm going to spin these things, I need to center them along the axis we're going to spin on, and then translate them in the game. So that's how I'm going to do this. Grab this. Nope. Just the geometry. Grab along that axis. And grab vertically. Let's get it nice and tight on that. I'm tempted to just redo this whole thing because of the way it looks with all those jagged faces. Just create a normal sphere inside Blender. Mesh. A UV sphere. And it's much more uniform faces to it. I also technically only need one prop. I can draw it twice. Wait, let's see. Yeah, that's the better of the two. So there's some funny face thing going on here. Edit mode. course, it makes it worse before it gets better. There. And let's move this to its own layer so I can see it by itself, because I screwed something else up instead of showing me. Right there. Oh, that whole back face is all screwed up. That's what's wrong. Dang it. Let's go face select mode. Yeah, that's all one face, which is not right. Let's just delete that face. There we go. Man, each one of those points is a face. Can't merge the faces. Can't merge the faces, really? Object, add, mesh, UV sphere, scale it down. Right there. Edit mode on this thing from top view. Do like that, and we'll select nothing, select just half of it. Delete those faces. Select these ones that are missed because they're smaller. Delete those faces. Do it again. Now we have half a sphere. Okay, so then back to this view here. Those look like they're cylinders. Those have been cut in half. So let's add a new. Let's add a cylinder. Rotated along the 90 degrees along that axis. Scale it down. Oh. That view. Right? Ah, it looks pretty close to me. So then I take everything from there over. Too far. He's like one or two back. No, just one. Delete those faces. delete the front face and the back face as well. The face. And then I need to go to edge select, make a face there. And then grab that face, that edge loop, face those. Okay, so we have a new propeller to replace, or the fin of the propeller, right? Then I grab that object, scale it along the y-axis. Scale it up along the y-axis. There we go. And then I just need to duplicate it and rotate it around its center point, which should be able to be done with the modifiers I blender. Spin, maybe?
I think it's called propeller. I just looked it up.
There's a modifier called propeller?
I think it's called propeller on the submarine. The thingy.
Oh, the thing we're making? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's spin, deform, simulate, generate. Maybe it's screw, but we tell it not that axis. Y-axis. We want 4 steps. It's going around the right direction now. Render steps, let's make it 4 as well. Screw. Oh, we're doing more than just that object. Okay, so we can't do that with a modifier then. Okay, simple enough. We'll just duplicate it. So Shift D, rotate 90 degrees. Oh dang. Out of that. Right. It's gotta be difficult. Oh crap, did I just... What did I do? Control Shift Y. Dang it, I deleted the cylinder by mistake. There's no redo, I don't think, that I can do now, because I just tried it. Well, let's do it again. Cylinder. No, let's add it as its own object, then I can do those other tricks I was trying to do. Cylinder. Rotate it along the x-axis 90 degrees. Go to that front view. Scale this thing down. Grab it up. Scale it down. On these x-axis. About like that then. Top view. Grab it and pull it forward. Faces. Face. Edge. The edge loop, please. There we go. Face. Top view. Scale along the Y. Grab along the Y. Scale along the Y. this is where we try the modifier again. Screw it. Okay, so that's caused by the origin being out of place. We want the origin to be down there. Let's look at these numbers here. 2.5 in the X, 2.5817, and the Z is 42464. Okay, so we can zero those out now. Then go edit mode and move it back in the, so we grab on the X, 0.42464, and grab on the Z, that was the wrong number, crap. Grab on the X, 0.25871. Grab on the Z, 0.42464. Now if I add the modifier for screw, they circle around that way. We only want 4 occurrences. And we want only 1 of 4 iterations? Why is it doing it like that? I'm not getting something. It's an array. Arrays in a straight line. Displace hook. Okay, whatever. Shift D, rotate 90 degrees. Shift D, rotate 90 degrees. Shift D, rotate 90 degrees. Okay, then we take those. So there's the old one. Move it to layer 3. Look what we've got. Okay, so we need to create a back face to that thing. Or do we? It's never going to be seen, is it? It can't be. Because this will be against the machine, so there's no need for it. Just extra geometry is not needed again. So let's take all 4 of these, plus the middle, Control J, they're one object now, right? Yeah. This layer. We rotate it along its y-axis. It seems to spin just fine. That's basically what we want to do. So let's go to this layer, that one, delete it. Go to this layer, select that object, move it back to the first layer, and go to the first layer. There we go. And then in game, I'll translate it up and over, spin it, translate it, rotate it. That should do it. And I'll do it twice. Ooh, there's a special weather statement. What does that mean? Cold weather. Wind chills will drop readings between 0 and 10 below at times. That's in Fahrenheit, so that's pretty cold. Okay, so what else do we need to do this thing? I might not have the right forward facing direction on it. That's a possibility. That's okay though, so we can just come back in here and flip it around if that's the case. So we're in the blender, we'll go sub blue boy 17. Save that. And let's do a first export on it. Nope, let's rename this prop. Save. It's a sphere, that's an object. See if I can redo this time. Make my life and code easier. Prop and body. Save. Export wavefront. Models folder. Call it sub. -y will be our up value. We want to write the materials, do not include the UVs, but do include the triangulated faces. Export, go over to code. We need to go to the model for the sub. And in here, we're just telling it to render everything, because we only had one object before. Or no. Yeah, we're doing all parts down here. So that line's going to be changed to read what those objects' names should be. Should be body. And prop. Let's make sure that's how it actually exported. It might have underscore prop after it. Open. Just prop. And body, cool. And we'll work out the translation. Rotate and translate. You can do something like only rotate it if there's an entity or a writer to it. Something silly like that. That's the server version. Get out of that. Go ahead and run this. Have you joined the server yet, Tater?
Yes, I actually just logged on to it.
Oh, did you? Okay. You've got
If you need to restart it, just let me know.
No, I'm not ready for that. I was going to ask you is you need to try the Elytra with a Elytra jet belt. It's fun. Hey, Fire.
All right.
Good morning.
Morning. It's 3:30.
Yep. Good morning.
Good grief.
I think it's good morning, yeah.
Well, it's going to be an excellent morning for you, Fiery, because that's what I'm working on.
The mod.
But guess what part of the mod? What is it you wanted me to do last night?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still waking up.
This fine. Oh, come on. Stop your crashing. Just crash already. Let's try that again. And also, let's do this just to make sure there's no other breakpoints. Okay, so it's all working. We've got a black sub, so I know what that is. For some reason, Fireworks became my default program for PNG files, and I hate that it is. Like, I know Photoshop's way better. F3T, cross fingers that actually works for this. I don't know that it will. And it made the thing disappear. Cool. We're gonna make the prop spin on the propellers for it. Seems how I actually went to the effort of modeling the things.
Nice.
Our crafting recipe probably doesn't make a lot of sense for it now, though. Because I think we put 4 props on the thing, if I remember right. There's only 2 in the model.
Yeah, well, your old model had 4, so
I know.
it's not our fault.
They're hidden ones that make it go up and down. That's what it is. You can't see them. They're not the main ones. Why are you not rendering still? Okay. No error message.
There's a shadow for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm not understanding. Body and prop. Oh, wait, we're rendering things twice. That could be part of the problem. Sub OBJ. It's called sub. Sub texture. And his name sub also. Let's try opening that sub texture in Photoshop. Maybe that's kind of screwed up. Haha. This has additional data from Photoshop or from Fireworks. That might have been it. Might have screwed with Minecraft. Save. Yes. What else could it be? Search here for sub. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, that's all fine. Restart one more time.
I still think it'd be great if it had some torpedo launchers on it.
It's definitely there because like I can pick it up. It's just not drawing it.
Nice rocket belt, by the way.
Did you try it out? Or are you just looking at it?
No, I'm messing around with it right now.
So, jump.
More accurately, I'm killing myself with it.
I was
Sounds
just
about
gonna
right.
say, don't try it inside. Tech brought himself down to half a heart last night doing that from what, a full bar?
Yeah. Bounced off one wall and ran right into the other, and I was like, okay, need to stop. It's possible with that thing to be standing on the ground and just launch yourself straight up in the air. Because you can jump And while you're still in the air from the first jump, you hit jump again, and that puts you in elytra flying mode. And if you're already holding shift, you just take off whatever direction you're looking. So if you look straight up, you can just rocket straight up in the air like Superman. And when you're in the air, it should give you the fuel gauge in the upper left-hand corner, so you know how much fuel the engine has left.
Oh, kinetic energy. Nice.
Watch your elytra too. It's gonna suck the life right out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
In Fire, earlier when I was streaming, I got 2 more elytra for Pro Red and Blue Boy, so they could have one.
Nice.
It's pretty easy to find them with that, so I'm not as concerned about the price of mine going up. In the meantime, while we look for another mending book or for a mending villager. Let me look at one of these other ones. Maybe I'm just doing something plain wrong. Let's do dump truck. Render group object.
I'm just gonna have to get on and start fishing. It's the fastest way to get a mending book.
F3B? It's there. The bounding box is there even. Are the normals out of whack on this thing? Come on. Get in the right mode. Stop it! Normal. Yeah, that's definitely the right way for the normals, so that's not it.
How do you use the chat leggings?
How did
with them?
While you're flying with an elytra, just hold shift. Your sneak key.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. If you hold down shift and just jump, and then jump while you're in the air, so it activates the elytra, you just take off.
That works really well, actually.
Yeah. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Like, that's one of the easiest things to control. And I always liked the way the elytras flew. That's why I didn't want to add anything to my mob for flying as a player. You know, I got the chopper, but that's different. I can sit in the thing even. What is going on?
Is the chopper done?
The chopper's in the same state that you seen it last fire. So
Okay.
it's the chopper in like itself you can see, but you can't add the saw blade to it and get the saw blade to work as far as cutting out trees.
Okay.
I do have the chopper attachment as an item that looks like, so it's half baked. There's no recipes, you can't craft in survival. Why would it not render? Bulldozer works. It is calling super, so we'll put the super call back in. They're translating, but that's no big deal. I almost want to say it's the renderer code. Machines. Sub. Are we not translating to the position? We are.
I'll be right back.
There's what's wrong. Oh, it says lawnmower, but it's actually the sub. So that's not what's wrong. And we seen it the first time though. It's just when I edited the texture, it broke it. That's not what I want. Come on, let me open you with Photoshop, please. Okay, there's no more of that air. That's good. Sub MTL, sub construction yellow, gray, indigo, none in dark gray. Maybe because this doesn't have anything assigned to it as far as the materials are concerned. Okay. Save. Export. Wavefront. Negative Y up. Yeah, like that. Yep, none's gone now. It actually is updating. Prop. Body. And that's it. We're rotating, we're translating, we're scaling. And then rendering. Model sub. Model sub render. Render group object. Body. And inside render group object, we're saying get the group name. Model parts. Model parts is a class. It's a hash map. That should air off if there's no valid name by that. It's aired off before. Same model sub. Let's look at this real quick. Combine, model sub, render sub. The sub files themselves. Combine changes shouldn't be really anything different there. In fact, I'm gonna uncheck everything. Just check that. Say fix combine item pickup area. Go. There's one other thing I can think of that it could be, and that's weird if it's that. And that's that it's actually rendering it at 0, 0, 0 in the world. Hi, Valentine. If it doesn't work here, we'll go into a super flat. We'll go near 0 and see if it renders there. Okay, so let's do just what I said. Flat world. 0. TP me. Hey, Susie.
Yo.
Hello.
Okay, perfect. Sub. What in the world?
Visible machines.
Well, it's got to be the texture. That's what it is. I'm an idiot. I did the wrong thing. Thank you, CZ. You said that. You did. That's all it takes sometimes. Like Fiery's great at that. Oh, and Boo Boy just sent me over the continuous miner, rock miner. There, fixed the issue. I know that's what the issue was. Let's see if I can do it with F3T. I don't know if that's going to load it or not. There it is. I made it transparent, the texture, instead of all white, so it was drawing it. It was just drawing it transparent. Exactly what I told it to do. Let's get it up in the air so we can see that Peltorello location better. Actually, let's sit in it first. Crap. Oh, I can't move it. It's not in water. Dang it. Water. Okay, so I'm pushing forward and we're going backwards, so I need to rotate the whole model in Blender. Rotate 180 around the Z. And let's grab everything back. It's approximately along the right spot. There. Save. Export wavefront. Restart Minecraft. So while we're doing that, on my other screen here, I'm going to open up the email from Blue Boy. It's a new machine that we haven't implemented at all before. Show in folder.
CZ, how long are you gonna be on?
We are leaving to go to the movies at 4:05.
4:05 your time.
Yes.
Okay.
An hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it is worth firing up Rocket League then.
Well, I'm going to be playing competitive because I want my stupid gold rewards. And I'm trying so hard and I cannot get them. So I'm playing a warm-up match now, but then I'll be solo queuing in ranked doubles.
Ah, okay.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, that machine looks awesome.
It does, and it's making me feel inadequate because I won't be able to animate the stupid track on it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, that didn't take him long.
No,
He just did that like today?
we asked him to make one yesterday.
I was gonna say he just sent them the message yesterday.
Wow.
Like, it's based on a real machine, so he's somehow looking that up for a reference. Because he gave me a model name in it, like it's a Cat CM445. Unless he made the name up.
Yeah, too bad that the tracks cannot be animated.
Yeah, the conveyor on it, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
The only problem I see with it, Fiery, is it might be... I don't know how to get in the right view. Unless we make this go up higher than it is now, which is okay. We might be able to do that. This part's going to be in the blocks above where you would expect them to be.
The conveyor part?
Right.
Lower it to dig, though?
Well, what I was thinking is, like, it might go like this, like up and down on the rocks in front of you as you're activating it. And it would do, like, 2 blocks high, but we might need to make this go 3 blocks high. But
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is, this is actually looking lower to me than the top of that conveyor belt. So unless we move up a bit more than where it's at right now, it's going to drag that conveyor belt on the rocks above it. Doing 3 blocks wide might even make sense, like a 3x3 with this.
Yeah, easily 3x3.
So this will be the most powerful tier 1 or T1 machine that you can make. And this will be the machine that you need to use to mine in the new dimension.
You gonna let this thing mine obsidian too?
I don't know,
It'd
maybe.
be really great.
Yeah, so does it dig everything?
I personally don't want to ever have a block break a bedrock.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Right, right.
That
'cause I mean,
makes
that's
sense.
just game breaking, right?
I wouldn't say bedrock. I mean, that's just crazy.
Everything except bedrock.
Right.
Sure. The bagger does absolutely everything. I think it'll even do bedrock. I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't make sense that it mines wood, for example.
If it could break up obsidian, though, I could break up a log. It just may not
Yeah.
give you the log.
Right.
Would be very effective.
Just make it destroys the wood, not keeps it.
Maybe.
That would be
But I mean, your use case for this is you're going to be mining with it, right? So why would you ever have it encounter a log unless it's some other mod adding trees underground?
Mineshaft.
I tell you, any server
Quiet
that has your mod and doesn't have player protection is really going to be hating
Player
on you.
protection. Oh, they'll be hating on me right now anyway, even if they have player protection, because I don't think I'm calling all the right stuff for player protection to actually work. Hey, Fall.
Oh,
How's it going, man?
all right. Now the bad news. I gotta go.
Aww.
I just called into action for doing some of the basement.
Okay. Have fun.
Yeah, not happening. We're sanding.
Drywall?
Yeah.
Make sure you wear a mask, because that's nasty stuff. Like, it's so fine, you'll breathe a ton of it in.
I know. And actually, I can't even wear a mask because I usually wear goggles along with it, so I'll probably wind up wearing just like a bandana over my mouth or something.
Yeah. It's better than nothing.
Finally get it to load into the world.
Yeah. I was
Awesome.
stupid. I made the texture transparent, so it was rendering transparent. Yeah. That'll happen. The seated position is not too far off from my original.
Yeah, that's pretty frickin' Billy Bob there.
Yeah. I mean, it's close. I'll tweak it so his back is near the back of the seat, but it's staying close. I need to make the bounding box on this way bigger. That's okay. Can do that. And then I need to render the prop twice and move it and all that stuff. So let's
At
figure
least
that
it
out.
doesn't seem like it wants to disappear when you're not looking at it or something.
Oh, it should disappear when I do that. Yeah.
So that's a submarine?
That's something.
And is the prop not in the right place or something?
Yeah, so we're gonna move it up and over and rotate it as you move.
Okay,
And then move the other one over too the same.
okay.
Should I have them rotate opposite directions for added complexity?
No, I wouldn't. Although if you want added complexity, then fine. Make it so that when you turn the sub, one turns the other way or something, you know, that way it's more realistic. There you
I
go.
wasn't looking for complexity.
Hey, you asked for it, okay?
Yeah, I know. So there's an extra face right here. It's double-sided. It's causing that line right there.
Alright, gentlemen, I'll be back later.
See you,
Later.
Fiery.
Oh, dang it! It's all veg. There is a what I'll call a love-hate relationship that I have with this 3D builder program. I hate it because it does weird things like this to models, but I love it because this guy can use it.
Yeah, apparently it's really easy to use, so. Or not really easy, he's very efficient.
Yeah. Make a face. Delete the edges. Yeah, that looks right. Make a face. Nope, nope. And resolve the edges. Really? Oh, it's on the inside anyway. I guess no one's gonna see it. So save. Export wavefront. Sure. Okay, see if we can get that prop in the right location. Code. So I need to rotate it first. GL11, GL rotate. How far are we going to rotate it though? If entity is an instance of entity sub entity dot time, that's not actually alive, time ticks existed, perfect. Gonna rotate it along that axis, not that one, and not that one. Why is it showing there's an error somewhere? We're in the sub. Okay, something's disconnected somewhere. Fix the problem with the continuous miner. Which problem with the continuous miner? Talk about the height difference? I think I can just move the arm up further. don't think that'll be a problem. I was just saying we might need to extend it up a little bit more. I'm not sure how weird it'll look when that happens. Okay, now the code's actually running. Make sure it hits it. Yeah, it does. Cool, wrong axis. It's rotating around the whole body of the sub. So let's see, it must be this one then. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about that, man. Because the way, like, I'm looking at him from the standpoint of, okay, how do I put this in the game, not just how it looks. You did a great job making it look good. Let's see, those are actually not touching, are they? Might need to bump those forward a bit. Probably gonna multiply that rotation speed by at least 5. Get it rotating faster. There we go. That's a decent speed for it to spin at.
If you weren't trying to accelerate or anything, that looks about right.
Right, and it's not the fastest thing in the world, I don't think.
Yeah, that could fiddle along.
Well, we can always do.
It doesn't need to be super fast.
I mean, that looks even better though, doesn't it? Just keep speeding the thing up. 50. 50's too fast. That's like psychedelic. But it does look somewhat realistic though, I'll admit.
I think it should be slower. Are you going to have it speed up and slow down and stop, depending on how fast you're moving?
If there's a person in it, it's going to spin.
Okay. Just have it
Well, I guess maybe I could.
right there.
Maybe
It's
I
fast
could.
enough.
Entity dot. Let's see. I need to cast this actually. So, entity sub yes equals entity sub entity yes dot written is being written. F is being written. Should stop spinning as soon as I sit in it. We can somehow see that part. It's spinning again. As soon as I get out, it stops. Cool. Like there'll be no way that as a player you can see your own prop spinning though. That's the thing. Like only other people would see it. So you're not even gonna notice. Because it's just too big. Like you can't get your camera behind it enough. Okay, so I need to change its position next, which always needs to happen. So we're going to rotate him first, then we're going to translate, which might cause me problems, we'll see. Might have to do it other way around. GL translate F. We're going to go -5. Let's try that. And 0, 0. I went the opposite direction of where I thought it would, but okay. .5 probably is good. 2.5. F. 2. 1.8. 6. Let's go up. 0.75, so we're getting close. Let's actually go into this mode now. Ah. And remove that check so we can spin it, make sure it's not going to flip it around. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we need to actually rotate after then. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then let's set up for doing another. The translation first, we need to reverse everything, so we need to put it back to where it was originally. Plus, like that. Oh, that's freaky. Didn't rotate back, that's what's wrong. It's gonna be a spaghetti code mess to do this properly. I had to unrotate it after I render it. Else, I'm just gonna render it, not rotate it. And then we're gonna do this with this in here. Just put a negative in front of that. There we go. And we're just gonna do that again. That in there. So render it either way, and then we just need to add an extra translation to get it to be in the right spot over on the right then, which should be those again. Close. And go. I guess I could add those numbers together and do one translation. So there's two spinning props. There's the problem, okay. So that else needs to be hooked on to this one instead. There we go. As soon as I sit in it, they should start spinning. Man, that line's gonna bother me. I need to make those two boxes one box. Let's add those numbers together. Negative 1.55 and negative 1.55. 3.1. Save it. Nothing changed. So I did it right. And then negative Well, that's a positive, so that'd be 0 actually. Let me get rid of that translation statement. An infinitesimal amount faster than before. Okay. Need to change that seat position. The height is almost spot on, but we didn't change the height of the machine at all. But the height is decent actually. So let's change its bounding box. How big is the bounding box? Will I be streaming again later? Yes, I will. So I'll probably go for a little while longer. Stop for dinner and probably some other stuff with the family, and then be streaming again later on tonight. Eventually, I'm going to get this actually in the game and get this into the version on the server. Maybe later tonight we'll be playing with this and the other fixes I've worked on today. So the stub. It's 2.5. I could do at least. It's 2.5 to there. I'm gonna say let's double it to 5. Let's pick it up and place it down again. All right. Can I get inside of it? Let's go out first person. I can't. That's a problem. Part of the reason for the sub was to be able to build underwater efficiently without having to get water all the time. Or get air all the time, I mean. And you could do that because the bounding box, you weren't inside of it. If you're inside the bounding box, the clicks that you do get sent to the entity instead of to the world to place a block. So maybe I can do it with 4. As long as our seat is not inside of it, then we're okay. Our seat's still inside. I can't place blocks though. Oh, we're just barely inside of it. One sec. See how far to the sides we can actually place before it becomes an issue. Later, blue boy. I'll probably have a new version tomorrow. I'll mess around with it on the server. Let me know what T2 machines you're coming up with. Okay. Can do that. Right now it's the laser miner. We've had some requests from the stream though, like a mech warrior type thing and stuff like that, but I'm not sure how we'll get those to work in the game, like what they would do. Let's see if I can place blocks above me too, because that'd be nice to be able to do. There. I can. I think that bounding box size is what I'm going to go with, because that's a nice building position. Now, if you rotate it off to the angle, that might be different. Let's see how that works out underwater, though, because I can't do it in here because I can't rotate them or drive them around. So the bounding box is good. Let's see the seat position then. It needs to be back a bit. So that's going to be your X and Z position. So let's try 1.5. Save that. Oh, that was a good guess. Let me take my elytra wings off. Uh, 1.3 maybe? I There we go. Now can I still place blocks? I cannot. Dang it. 3 point. Let's just leave it at 3. Make it plenty big enough. What am I doing wrong here? Even at 3, it's too big? Jeez. There we go. And then if I rotate it around, it's probably even better. Yeah, our seat's not in the position or in the box at all. Okay, that'll have to do. Because that was the main intent of the submarine, is just do it in water. So let's go over to the other world. Test it out in the water, maybe see if we can get somehow... I need a second player to really do this right. Maybe I'll fire up a local server. See if the bubble positions are in the right spot. If we can. Doubt they are.
Is fuel in your mod an actual liquid or just a number stored in the machines?
Number stored in machines. That's before I realized how to do liquids and all that. Oh, that looks amazing. Like, being inside the machine, inside the sub, underwater, it's like you're in a sub. I still gotta fix this speed issue, like Fiery said. Everything runs slower in this version than what they used to. Oh, dang it. Okay, there's bubbles, they're on the sides of the machine pretty much. They need to go back more. And in. So the code, there should be something about spawning particles. Here they are. Calculate the offsets. We should only need 2 because there's only 2 props. Top and bottom offsets, so this is the bottom, that's the, okay, so that's the side offset, top offset. Where are you defined? There you are. Change these, that's going to make me restart the game, isn't it? Dang it. Side offset's too far. Top offset we can go away with. Oh, bottom, sorry. The back needs to be increased, so let's say 1. Side needs to be decreased. 1.5. Height might be okay. Oops, not writing it yet. Boy, left and right might be okay. It's too high. By a lot. Let's try. I'm gonna cut it at 1.5. Put it down there really low. The side offset. It's still a bit much, but we're way closer than we were. Let's try 2. The back needs to be even more. 1.5 maybe. Yeah, let's try it there. So that's gonna force us to restart the game again, probably. Maybe. Yeah, it's still not working right, so stop and rerun. I guess I could do that this next time. So the next time, instead of fiddling and restarting the game every time, I'll copy these into here and set them in there real quick. And then take the variables back out, whatever the values we come up with, what they're supposed to be. Disable that breakpoint. There we go. Stop it. They're too fast now. They're probably in a good spot, but I can't see them. Is there a lifetime on these? Should ignore range, XYZ, speed parameters. I don't know what the parameters could be. Just a series of array ints. Hey, Young. XYZ. I use a Rode microphone. It's a... I want to get you the right name. It's a podcaster. It was easily $200, but it's a nice mic. And I've had it for pretty much as long as I've done YouTube. I think I got it within the first couple months of starting YouTube. So I don't know how long has that been, 5-6 years? It seems like it hasn't been that long, but it's been a long time. I'm gonna go look because now you've got me thinking about it. It's my first video. 4 years?
Yes.
Jeez. 2013 was my first video. Seven pages of videos on YouTube. Or is there more? There's more. There's 9 more. Yep, January 2nd, 2013. So this will be the 5th year in a couple days. It'll be 2018. Dang. But yeah, if you look back at my first video, that microphone sounds completely different because that was just a headset like this, right? Where I don't use that anymore. No problem, man. So parameters. Yeah, time's flown since then. What does it do with parameters? That's what I want to know. Oh well. Doesn't really matter for this much. Well, let's assume those bubbles were coming out somewhere near the right spot. We'll find out when we play it on multiplayer. I can adjust it from there. Still gives me the entity effects, right? I can't open my inventory, but if I night vision and water breathing for 30 seconds, nice. It's not as fast underwater as what I'd like it to be, but it's the same bug that's plaguing all of the machines right now. If I speed them up too much, then the server starts saying that an entity moved too fast. I mean, there's definitely has a few flaws in it. Like I can see right there in the model, there's a couple extra lines. But for the most part, it's okay. Like at some point, I'm just going to spend a couple days just cleaning all the models up as best I can. But I don't feel like doing that now when there's other things to do, code-wise. Yeah, let's call that one good. So another thing crossed off the Trello list. Add submarine. Planter and plow needs to be wider. Those are going to take a bit of my time, because that's a lot of blender work. Let's open up the tractor real quick. See how difficult it's going to be. Open. Actually, let's make sure this is saved. Open. Blender.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
Later. Thanks for that texture, man.
Sure, yeah. I will let you know when I feel like it.
You'll let me know when you feel like it? What?
Yeah. When you feel like texturing something.
Oh. Okay. There's lots of stuff that doesn't have textures if you want to do texturing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh. Anyway, later, man.
Yeah, later.
What program is used for programming? This program I have here, this white screen that's on right now, this is Eclipse, but it's really just a text editor, right? And I'm programming in the language Java. That's probably what most people need to know. But for programming Minecraft specifically, there's a lot of extra things you need to use and do to make it work for Minecraft with Forge. You need to download Forge, you need to set up the Gradle, you need to decompile it actually goes out, downloads Minecraft, decompiles Minecraft and back into source code, and then recompiles it using friendly names so that you can compile against those, and then when you actually go to push out your mod, it recompiles it back into the unfriendly names. Because like Minecraft, when they publish it, its methods and objects are like A104. That way no one actually knows what it does. And there's actually a team of people that work on Forge, Forge and MCP, to translate those A104 into Entity Creeper. Okay, yeah, I kind of want to get into making mines for Minecraft. That stuff I was just talking about is what you want to know. Palmar did a great series on it. He's on YouTube, of how to make a mod. It's for a much older version of Minecraft now, but the basic concepts still apply. Like he goes over how to set up your development environment for Eclipse. He goes over how to download Forge, decompile Minecraft using the commands that it is in there, stuff like that. It's a great starter series. Now, if you follow along on the current version of Minecraft, which is 1.12, it won't work line for line what he's typing in on the screen, because it's for that older version. So just use, if you follow along, follow along with the version he's showing you. That'll get you started on the basics of how to do modding. Then from there, you can update to a newer version of Minecraft. There's some steps in doing that, and actually learn how to do it from there. But there's no tutorial that will tell you this is how you go from something that no one else has done in modding. Like, you just have to understand programming concepts and things like that. So learn Java first. This guess is what I'm trying to say, because you need to understand how to compare two things, how to do an if statement, how to do loops, things like that. If you don't understand those basics, you'll be struggling for a while. Okay, so if we're going to expand these out, which we certainly want to do, they're 3 wide right now, so there's 2 of those per block, basically. If we want to make it, instead of 3, like 8 or 9 wide, so if I add 2 to each side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be an odd number always, it being centered like that. I could go 9 wide, that's not an issue. Just might look funny. Oh, that's all one object now. Great. Great tech. Cool, I can do that. Nice. That works for me. Oh, those are all one though? Whatever. Shift D. Shift D. Gotcha. Yeah, Blender's just the way I chose to do it. It's not the way that everybody does mods, though. I just chose it because I knew Blender really well. Well enough. Most people probably use Techni for their block models, so the actual blocks in the game. And then Techni exports to a Java class file, like Java language file, that says add a block here, add a block here, add a block here, rotate it this way, and all this stuff. So it's actually in code is how the models for most of the, at least the entities now in Minecraft actually work. It's just a written code, add a cube, one line after another for each cube in the model. You have to kind of jump through some hoops to get an entity to render using Blender. Took me a long time to get to where this is.
And I think Flans and TechStackCraft, they just use like a text file or something like that. I don't think they use Techni and they don't use Blender.
Really?
They have some other way to do it.
Now, are they a text file like an OBJ file? That's technically text. Like, you can open a text editor and type the numbers in.
It might be. I know they used to use Techni. I don't know exactly what Flans uses, but I think TechStackCraft uses something called SMP Toolbox. They recommend using that to do the modeling because it makes good models for them from the get-go. I haven't messed around with it because I've never tried to actually model anything.
I'd imagine you'd be pretty good at it, CC.
If I wanted to, I think I could. I'm not a designer because I don't like sitting around doing modeling all day.
Right. Shift D, negative, oh, sorry, grab X, negative 0.5. So there's the middle block, that's that block. There's 1 extra block, so Shift D, grab X, negative 0.5, 1 block, 2 blocks, so 3, 5, 7, so 2 more. Grab X, grab X, 5, grab X, negative 0.5, D, grab. There we go. And then, if I'm really smart, maybe I could do this. And Shift D it on X. 5. Oh, cool. So I'm using Blender here, but the intent of Blender is just to export it to a .obj file, which is a wavefront file. I would imagine 3ds Max would do it as well. I don't know about CD4 or C4D.
Cinema 4D.
I would assume it would
I think
too.
it does.
But I'm getting off track here from what I'm trying to do, but inside Blender, or inside my code here, what I'm actually doing is I'm loading up these models using a Forge class. Where is it? A client model, and they've got B3D as a different one. So if you can export to that format, they will read it in just like they are a OBJ file. There's probably some different settings. I can't remember what the BD3D format is off the top of my head. You might be able to export it from Blender. No, it's not here. I was thinking there was something that you could export from 3ds Max as well. So they've got a couple of different formats, and then they've got it set up so that if you know how to write the code to read in a specific format, you can add your own one to pipeline and allow it to be used as well. That's beyond me, though. Unless it was wavefront. Wavefront format's really easy to understand what it does. 6.5. Oh yeah, I use OBJ files for textures in the game in Earth 2003. Okay. .25. Zoom in on this thing. It's close, but it just doesn't look right because everything's shifted weird. So let's move it in the x-axis 6. Grab 6, please. So that's probably where everything should be except for that back bar. The back bar is messed up. But when you look at it like this, it all looks fine except for that crap. Point 1. That's decent. Okay, in this one, we're going to do the similar thing, but we're going to move to a new layer for this. Have you earned Discord back? What do you want Discord for, right? I think that would be the question I would have to ask.
Is it the same dude?
Same dude from the other day, yeah.
Don't give it back to him.
There you go. The CZ has spoken. Dang it, I want that cylinder by
He's a
itself.
liar and a troll, and he's not worth giving Discord access to. Unless he proves otherwise, he does not get Discord access.
So many polygons. It just bothers me looking at it. And if I don't fix it now, I'm just replicating a problem that I'll have to fix later. Let's just save it, I guess, for now. And let me calm down, I guess. He says, well, first off, he said, ouch to don't give him Discord. Then he said, I wanted to publicly apologize for the other night.
No.
So what he said the other day was that he was drunk, and that's why it happened. But I look at that as...
Yes, gold.
It don't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. You're welcome to the stream, but you don't get Discord. I'm back in gold tech. One more win, and I'll be done. No! I have to get 12 more wins.
12?
It starts you over. I hate this game.
What? So, like, if you're just absolutely perfect...
Oh, no, I got it. Okay. My win to get into gold counted, and I was looking at the platinum rewards. So I got my 12th win. I have gold rewards. I'm done with Rocket League. I beat the game. I'm done.
There's still diamond and all this other crap out there. Come on, don't give up the gold, CZ.
There's platinum and there's diamond and there's champion after that. Or no, there's the platinum, then diamond, then champion, and grand champion. But I'm not doing any of that. I'm done with this game. That's all I wanted. Huge weight off my shoulder. Well, not really.
Have you done a truly, what I'll call legitimate, aerial goal, where you are flying, dribbling the ball flying into the goal?
I haven't done an air dribble, but I have done several aerial goals.
That's not to say.
Yeah, I haven't done an
I can throw the car up in the air and occasionally hit the ball, and maybe it'll go in. But when you get to the point where you can be on the ball, touching the ball, and directing and controlling the ball all the way into the goal, then that's when you've mastered the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what people can do in gold.
In gold?
Yes.
Well, get up there, boy. You're in gold.
I can't do it. People can do it. That's why I can't be in gold. That's why it took me so long to get 12 wins. I've been working on this for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dang, I
have done a wall ride to aerial goal. I've done a, wall ride to ceiling aerial goal, but I can't do dribbling. I can't do any of it consistently.
Can you do dribbling on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a link to my mod? It's on CurseForge, so if you have the Curse Twitch client, whatever they call it now, you can get it down for 1.7.10 now, for 1.8.9. That was the only version that was ever released publicly. Alright, I'm going to save this. I'm going to do some very destructive things to this now, and hope that I can recover it all. Delete all those edges, please. Holy crap, there's a lot more. There's 300 edges right there. Yep, deleted the face on the top, and that's perfectly fine. No, X, delete the edges. Edge, edge. Oh my gosh, the destruction. You know, I've been picking on this other program. Maybe it's just Blender importing the OBJ that comes out of that program.
That could be it. I've imported and exported CAD models before, and it sometimes does stuff like that. It might just be the conversion from
one to the next.
Or no, just the import process.
Oh my gosh. So many faces to fix. I might as well just make a new box. It's just a box on an angle. Why can't I chat? What do you mean, why can't you chat? You are chatting. Let's just meet in Discord. That's because you got banned from our Discord altogether. Completely.
I don't see any chat.
And now he's saying, oh, now I can.
In the stream chat?
So he's on YouTube.
Oh, the YouTube chat.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing both now. I meant YouTube? Oh, okay. Like, those are pretty freaking clean, the blades. There's a couple mistakes here and there, but that's fine. Shit, those are in the corner anyway. They need to be there. That bar is just... I might as well just delete the top faces off this entire thing, get rid of those triangular things, and build my own. Be done. I've been doing that a lot lately. Like the propeller on the submarine, I just completely rebuilt it. It was easier to do that than trying to fix it all.
Yeah, he's giving you a good template, so you can make simple boxes and things.
Right. Which is
It's
what
probably going to be a lot easier.
low poly needs is simple boxes. So add a cube. Scale it way down. Pull it up. Scale it that way. Let's go transparent mode. Oh, it's on the same object. Didn't want to do that. Vertices. New object. Cube. Scale. On Z. I don't want to do the global Z, I want to do the local Z. No, that won't work, it's still the same Z. Do this. We'll do those vertexes, pull them over and down, over and down. There we go. Okay. And then this whole thing needs to be moved that away. That. I select this end. Go like that. That's the right size now. Lined up on those two, those two. So if I do a Shift D, rotate 180 degrees on the Z axis, and rotate, pull it that way. It's pretty sneaking close to where it needs to be. Then I can take those edges, delete the edge, and make a face out of that top part, I think, right? Here we go. Take that. And rotate it. No. I need to rotate along the active element. This mode. Nope. Still can't do it. Kai. Just scale that whole edge down, that might do it too. Not from that spot, I want to do it from the end. Scale along the Z. Hold this. Origins, no active element, medium point.
I'll be back later. Have fun, Tech.
Okay, later. Here we go. That does it. And I just need to make a face in the middle there. Should be good. There's no face on the inside, is there? Okay, we can do that. So this object can be moved to that. Move to that one. I can toggle it back and forth. Looks good to me. They are a little different there. Down the way I could shout you out or something. Mud is lit. I've been playing it for the past 8 minutes. You can do whatever you want, dude. Like, if you're doing it just to try and get back in the Discord or whatever, that's not gonna help anything. Like, that's not how I work. Like, 10 minutes worth of time doesn't make up for me to... Whatever. Whoop. Let's select everything. Just selects nothing, and then we'll do this. If you want something cool in the mod, try the Elytra wings. Elytra wings with an Elytra belt. Oh, I'm chill. Don't worry about that. I was just letting you know if that's what your reason to doing it. There's no point to. Like, you don't have to bring attention to my stuff to get back in the Discord. That's not what it's about. That's what I was trying to say. Wait a second. Did I just delete the other one? No, it's still there. Look at all those vertices, actually. My gosh, there's so many faces and edges and vertices and blah 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 in this thing. Vertices. Finally. Okay, so let's go to this mode so I can't see that other one now. Okay, and we're in see-through mode, we're in edit mode. I'm gonna select everything inside this region. This gives me freaking one, of course. What if we do the circle select? Dissolve vertices. Crap. Dissolve edges? Delete edges? Here we go. Control tab, vertex. Look at all them extras. Okay, so now if I do edge select, that's all one edge finally. Yay, it's not 15 trillion. So there's an extra vertex in there somewhere. Yep, Control X, Control X. So now we've got some normalized geometry to work with here, which is great. So go out of see-through mode, back to edge mode, select those two, hit a face, 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 and then can I do an edge loop? Boom. Much simpler geometry. All of the graphics cards shall thank me later. Construction yellow. There we go. And then this needs to have a cylinder assigned to it also. So let's go into its edit mode. We're going to add a cylinder. We are going to scale the crap out of this thing. Let's scale it vertically too. And then we're going to go to this view, grab it up so that it rotates kind of about that origin point down there. Rotate along that x-axis. Right, so we need to rotate in this mode to get it to do that. And that's gonna rotate everything. Cool. Okay. Individual origin? Nope. Bounding box center, 3D cursor. There we go. It was about an angle like that, so if I grab and pull it up. And then grab and move it over. Scale it down. On everything but the Z. Okay, everything but the X. Oh my gosh, come on. Scale. Scale. Everything but the X. It's not gonna work because I rotated it funny. So I'll just scale it normal. Let's go over here. Move this origin to where it needs to be. And then back into edit mode, select everything, move it into the center area. Like that. Let's grab just this object, scale it along its Z, its X. What do I need to scale along? Ranked object, scale it down. Side view. Whoa. I think Discord just shat itself. Yep. It's 10 different servers are not available for you, it says. Okay. Grab that in. We're just going to grab it along the Y, grab it along the Z, put the tip of it inside that thing. Now we've had the basic same thing. Now if I grab this and do limited dissolve on it, so it's only within 5 degrees, we get that many. Let's up that to 10. Not 1, 10 please. All the servers are slowly coming back online for Discord. They just had a bad day. There we go. Reduce the number of faces on it, I was trying to do there. Let's go side view again. See-through mode. The linked objects. What, just that end of that? Almost worked. Yeah, like I have a ton of servers, not that I own or anything, there's like servers that I'm part of, and they all disappeared all at the same time. They're just going through growing pains probably, because like they're doing pretty well for themselves right now, as far as number of users that use the thing. Okay, then let's see if we can rotate this. Nope, it's going to rotate around that point. Oh, medium point, there we go. That was what was wrong right there. Rotate that. Shoot, I just want to extend this. Grab. Local. Normal. That's what I needed. There. Doesn't show through the top. We'll grab these bottom few and get them by themselves. And we'll grab them along their same... Nope. Grab... Oh, their normals are all funky, aren't they? Okay. About their local? No. Gimbal? No. The view? I didn't think so. Cool. So if I do anything to this, it's going to be all funky. And we could leave it like that. Somebody'd have to get mighty freaking close inside of Minecraft to see that. Okay, so this does 3 blocks. I'm going to shift delete duplicate that. I'm going to grab on the X and move it over 1. That's perfect. Shift duplicate, grab on the X, -1. Select all 3 of these. Plus this. Control J, now we have one big object. And then we can shift duplicate this. Loading 189 and it says 224 megs remaining. X 3. That's gonna mess it up. 1.2, no, 2.5, 7.5. 2.75 was perfect. Shifty, grab on the X, negative 2.75. And we get that problem, where they overlap. See, none of these blades overlap with each other in the middle. It's like that last blade is different somehow. It's like it needs to be like there. Grab shift. I didn't shift duplicate it. Shift duplicate, grab on the X. Let's do 3. See, that's the right amount of distance for the gap, so we'll just have to extend that bar out when we're all done. That's easier to do. So that's 3 blocks, that's 3 blocks. Then we do need another one the other way, so shift duplicate, -3 on the X, which didn't do anything, grabs, X, -3. Okay, what's going on? Grab X, -3. Thumb lock keeps going off, that's what's wrong. Okay, so let's zoom in on this one. We will go to edit mode, go to face mode, grab this one, and we will move it back. Almost can just delete those faces and then merge them together when they're on the same object. Let's do that. Control J, all those are one object now. Edit mode. Grab that face, delete the faces. That face, delete the face. Go to edge mode. Say go to edge mode. Face. face. And then let's be really tricky. Can I control X that? Yes. So that's not a loop cut. Yeah, it is. Okay. Control X. Face. 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 Alt select. Control X. Alt select. Control X. There we go. Really? All of those had the same problem? You know what? All those faces are just getting raised up a little bit on those blocks. That's how we're going to fix that. It'll be fine. No one will ever know. .01. And then let's remove that. Do this. There we go. We've got a double wide or triple wide plow too now. Love it. Oh, and it's much more friendly on the faces, right? Compared to what it was. So this one's a hideous beast on face, but I'm not got the time right now to deal with that. I'm gonna save this, knowing full well. Wait a second. We got some bad normals. Possibly. Let's calculate normals. Normal. Make normals consistent. There we go. Now they're not all black. Okay, so like I said, save this. The object name might very well have changed, which will make me want to pull my hair out in the code, but that's fine. I can deal with that. Actually, it's plow 1, so it might be okay. And the planter says planter. So as long as the object names didn't change too, like the object 60 and the whatever's underneath the plow, the object 0001, which probably did. So let me just save this. I actually need to get off here and go get some dinner with the family. So I'm going to stop streaming right at the moment. Goodbye, everybody. I will be back on later on tonight. We'll probably pick up right here. Get this thing in the game with its extra wideness, right? And go from there. I'm not sure what to do about the sprayer. Might make like some kind of bar or something. I don't know. We'll worry about that later on. Night, everybody. See you later.